Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited because I'm going to be sharing my 5-star reads of the year so far and some honourable mention why can't I speak today? And some honourable mentions that have been so close to that 5-star read that I just thought I had to include in this video. Let's just get straight into it. So let's start with some rereads that have been 5-star reads. First up we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and we have A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the 3rd book in the ACOTAR series. I love both these series. I love both of these books. I cannot recommend them more. If you've not read Harry Potter, if you've not read ACOTAR, come on, let's do it. They're so good. Now we're going to get into some honourable mentions. So these books didn't get 5 stars, but they were like 4.5, 4.75. It's just so good, and I feel like I needed to include them in books that I have loved in the first quarter of 2025. So number 1, we have The Book Club for Troublesome Women. Now I got an art copy of this book and I applied for it because I was like, that sounds so fun. It's about this group of very different women who read this book, The Feminine Mystique, in the 1960s, and The Feminine Mystique was the book that sort of kick-started second wave feminism in real life, and this just follows 4 fictional characters as they read it and how it impacts their lives as women. And it's very cool, it's very interesting. I loved the concept and it's very inspiring, and it just, yeah, I love books with a feminist notion, but just the way these characters connected, the way you can connect with all of them because they're very different. I feel like any reader will be able to see themselves in the different characters. It was just really well written and just exciting and fun, and I just love a book that is so compelling and immersive, and when you're reading it you just don't want to put it down. That's how I felt when I was reading this. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. Next up, we have the first book that I read in 2025, Just a Winter Garden by Christian Hannah, and this book was epic. If you like historical fiction, you have to read this one. It's told in both the past and the present, which was a very interesting way to get you into the story. You're basically following these 2 sisters, and I read this 3 months ago, so I'm trying to remember it. But you're following these 2 sisters. They have a very complex relationship with their mother, who is very stern, cold, not very present. And then you basically find out their mother's history and how then that family trauma has impacted them and their relationship. And it's just so well done. It will make you sob though, because it's Christian Hannah, because it's historical and the element of history it is talking about. I went in blind, so I'm not going to tell you what part of history it focuses on because I think that was quite cool. If I know that it's about, say, and it's not about this, but say if it was about like the Nightingale, I know that's about the French Resistance, and therefore I started looking that up a little bit. I knew nothing about what this historical event that this focuses on, and I think that's quite fun to find out about it as the story unfolds. I have since researched it because I found it really interesting. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you like historical fiction, make sure you read this book because it was a 4.75. I don't know, it's one of those books, I think it probably should just be a 5-star. Realistically, I've thought about it so much since. I enjoyed it so much and it made me sob, it literally ripped my heart out. Yeah, maybe this is me upping that to a 5-star read. The Winter Garden, Christian Hannah, read it. Okay, we're gonna get straight in and go to the 5-star reads of this year. My first 5-star read of 2025 was When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This was the best fantasy novel I had read in ages. It had just stunning world building. It was very heavy at first, the first 100 pages I was like, oh, this is a lot more concentration than I was prepared for, but then it was much more subtle throughout the rest of the book. When you've put that work in for the first 100 pages, and if you're a bit confused, just don't worry, carry on with it because it makes the rest of the book so good. It's enemies to lovers, there's dragons, it's so intense, and the protagonist is a bit morally grey. She does the wrong things. No, she does bad things, but she does it for the right reasons, and she's just trying to make the world a better place. And yeah, again, I read this book so long ago that I'm trying to remember the details. It's so creative. It's got fantasy creatures that I've never seen in any other world before. It's got some really unique ideas, particularly moons in this world are curled up dragons that have died, and that's their tombstones. So all the moons in the sky are the dead dragons and their tombstones. And I don't know, it's just that sort of speaks to the level of creativity Sarah A. Parker had when writing this novel. It's really good. If you love fantasy, that is one that needs to be in your 2025 TBR. Okay guys, I'm going to be a bit controversial with my next 5-star read because I know this book wasn't a 5-star read for everyone, but Onyx Storm was a 5-star read for me. It felt high stakes. I felt more connected to the characters. I really enjoy some of the storylines of this book, particularly one which I know some people aren't loving. I'm really enjoying. I felt like the romance was so much better in this than it was in Iron Flame. This just was really well done for me, and I love the dragons. I just feel their connection. I think we saw one of our dragons, their character build out so well. They were the real star of this book for me, and it was nice to like have that focus shift. Like, it wasn't just about Violet. We really saw some of our side characters taking center stage here. There are a lot of characters, there is a lot going on, but that's what makes the world feel so immersive for me. I think if you're willing to be a bit lost in the book and like be a bit confused almost, then I think you'll enjoy this one. I had a great time and definitely recommend this series. So our next 5-star read is a very, very different vibe. It's The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This is a literary fiction novel set against 20th century Afghanistan, and it follows our main character Amir all the way from childhood to adulthood. Let me tell you, this book is going to break your heart. It's so emotional that like the plot alone would be emotional no matter who was writing it, but Hosseini's storytelling is so compelling, so lyrical, whilst also being so, I don't think direct's the right word, but like not a word is wasted. It's so powerful. Every sentence is there for a reason. Like, it's just amazing. It's so poetic without being overly descriptive. I think that's what I'm trying to say. This is like the most insane writing, and the storyline is just so emotional. I really, really liked the development of our character. He isn't perfect, but what human is? You can understand his decisions. When he makes decisions that aren't necessarily the right ones, you understand why he's making them, and you really empathize with him, equally whilst feeling like frustrated that he isn't necessarily doing what he should do. And then when he carries guilt over making the wrong decision, you just want to take all of that away, because how could anyone expect him to be any different? This book is really hard to read and it is uncomfortable, but that's a good thing. This is an important topic. It needs to be discussed, and I think in confronting these topics, we develop more empathy and understanding of the situations going on around the world. This is definitely a 5-star read for me, and I cannot wait to read more of Hosseini's work. Like, the writing was so good. I am 1000% going to be reading the rest of his books. Next up, we have probably my biggest surprise 5-star read of 2025, The Life Cycle of the Common Octopus. I was given an art copy of this book and I thought it sounded really cool and was really keen to read it. I was just not prepared for how good it was going to be. This is a coming-of-age story where our main character is a Canadian girl who attends Edinburgh University, and she picks Edinburgh because she thinks that's where she's going to uncover some family secrets. So if you like family drama, this is a book you'll enjoy. To clarify, it's not about an octopus at all. That's a clever metaphor. Some of the key themes explored in this book are motherhood, friendship, identity, relationships, family, and it's just all done so beautifully. This book also follows side characters. We have our main character, but it also goes quite into detail when describing the lives and building out the side characters, and it does that so well. Where like you start switching who you're following, and then you're like so invested in their story. I can't believe this book was only like 300 and something pages. Like, when I think back to it, it felt like I must have been reading for thousands of pages, because I knew so much about all the characters and all the details that were happening in their lives, and I wasn't prepared for the turn of events in this book. It's just so good, and I just love it when you have a book that just is like, surprise, I'm 5 stars. I was told this book is very like Coco Melrose-esque, and I completely agree with that. I would also say like All My Mothers and Darling, which are both 5-star reads for me, this book is like them. And I've been trying to think like, what is it that I like about those books so much? But I think it's just this like really reflective coming of age narrative that seems to be like a 5-star amazing feeling for me that I just really enjoy. I hope you read that book because it's so great. Thank you so much for watching the end of the video, and if you've subscribed, thank you so much. It's so great to have you here as a part of this community and share my reading journey with. I am loving making these videos for you. I'm loving sharing all the books and all the things I'm doing in my life. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.